My opponent decided they wanted their name to be D's Nutsion. So that's basically the newest evolution of the Eevees. If you weren't aware, it's a poison type Pokemon. I personally was not for the idea, but whatever. Maybe Game Freak has other plans in mind. They're going to go ahead and get a crit on turn 1, and we're going to go in speed tie. So I'm probably going to lose the speed tie and therefore lose the whole battle. I was wrong. Seal is going to stay asleep. And on that note, I'm going to switch to my Clefable, who... Wait, actually... Oh, okay, we're going to switch to Clefable. And, unfortunately, my Clefable is slower. So, it's not a big deal, but this thing could wake up and cause me problems. But they're going to switch to this Hypno, okay? Thunderbolt won't do too much. They might, in fact, be paralyzing me. They might even try to, sleep me. And they are going to go faster than me. They're going to paralyze me. I'm going to paralyze them. Now we're both going to be upset. And I'm going to squash you to death with my body slams. And they're going to go ahead and get their second crit of the battle. Along with a special drop. Nice. Alright, things aren't looking too good for me. Now what I'll do is, since I can't really get much more use out of my my Venonat, I could double edge them and then bring in somebody else and just kill them from that range. Because at this point, okay, well they're gonna get paralyzed. Let me see if I can get a super high roll. Just kidding. That's definitely... Wow, I didn't think I could without minuscule damage I was doing. Because the less damage you do, the smaller the window is for that roll. But what do you know? I just barely did enough to KO that Hypno. So we'll have some switch advantage for whatever's going to come in. And the battle's looking relatively even so far. I guess that's a good thing about Generation 1 random battles, huh? It's just so simple. This thing is very fast, and it has Razor Leaf and stuff like that. And I'm going to die, and I'm sad, and they're going to squash me. Obviously Magmar, but I mean, they could just put me to sleep. And, oh, they're going to swap into Slowpoke, are they? I'm going to go ahead and get a crit, which is going to help me out. But, with judging by the landscape of this battle, I think it'd be wise of me to switch into, or maybe not. Maybe I should actually just stay in and go for, no, but then there's that Venusaur. Okay, I'll go to Vaporeon. I'm going to get paralyzed. I hope you don't have amnesia, but you're probably going to have amnesia, aren't you? I swapped in a Seal. I got paralyzed. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Nobody on my team actually really does damage to Seal. So I'm going to hope that they just stay perpetually asleep for the whole entire battle. And then just start firing off these body slams. Because having Horsey and Vaporeon is... it's not very good team synergy. Because they're almost the exact same Pokemon. They have the same moves and all that. So basically, I need to keep Tauros and Magmar super healthy. But it's going to be tricky with Magmar. Because we have the Seal that's on the brink of waking up. It might wake up right now. That only did 25 damage. Wow. Okay, let's go for Thunderbolt. 26 damage. He stayed asleep. That's why sleep is so insanely broken. He's going to go into Slowpoke now on the body slam. And that did 21, you stupid. So I think Hyper Beam should be enough to take out the Slowpoke. It did. That was huge for me because he could have paralyzed me and then Tauros would have got cooked by something. And we would have been sad, that's for sure. I'm imagining they're going to go into Venusaur, so we're still not out of the woods because he's just going to, obviously put me to sleep. I think they're going to go for Sleep Powder. Yeah. So what I would like to happen is for them to stay in, actually, and then me just... They went for the double Sleep Powder, and I actually connected a Blizzard. They really thought that I was going to play some mind games. No, I just need... What is going on? What are you doing? Dude, you're lucky. You're lucky I got paralyzed. I'm not... Now they're going for Razor Leaf. And they're dead. Okay, big threat dead. I don't know. I don't know. I guess they really thought Magmar would come in. But, I don't know. I guess it depends on who they've got left. They really wanted to catch that Magmar on the Switch and then probably just Swords Dance, Body Slam, everything in my way. But, you know. Like I said earlier, I have Horsey. So Vaporeon's basically the same thing as Horsey. So they're going to go into this guy who isn't really going to threaten me at all. I could actually go for Rest. But I might not even need to do that. Because I've got 2 Pokemon that are faster than him. So I'm just going to go for Surf. And it's going to get a crit. Alright, so it looks like all the hacks came back to help me in the end. Well, I guess that crit wasn't that big of a deal, but it definitely was useful. Okay, I got a special drop. I think he'll live that. Yeah, he just barely lived that. Which means I should die this next Psychic. Yep. And now what I'll do is I'll just bring in Tauros. Can't go wrong with that thing. Mainly, okay, the real reason I brought in Tauros, it's not a big deal, but if he brings in the Seal, then that Seal could wake up, and then it could go for Surf, it could go for Rest. I don't want to deal with that problem. They're going to go into Charmander. Yep, they are cooked, unless they burn me with a Fire Blast right now. You know, just because I know how this game goes, I'm actually going to switch into Horsey. Just to make sure there's no way I lose this. Because I could get burned and, you know, all that. I know he could switch into Seal. I don't care because... I guess, I don't know. They underestimate the power of Horsey. And Seal still stayed asleep. They've been asleep literally 6 turns. Wow. And that's why I switched. Just to absolutely... completely make sure nothing bad happens to me. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and paralyze me. But you're gonna need... Oh, no, there is no way. Oh, no. That's right. It's Gen 1. There's a 1/256 chance of everything going wrong. They went for Swords Dance. That was interesting. And Charmander's flame on his tail went out. That was kind of, you know, sad. I love Charmander. I would never want to see that Pokemon die. But somebody had to do it. So it might as well be Horsey. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.